Hey guys, welcome to Swadhyay Academy. Today's topic is 7 C's of communication. As we all know that communication is very important. Even we can say that communication is the key to success of any organization. If any organization or business entity is in the industry and it wants to achieve the set goals, then it must have effective communication channels and he must have trained his employees accordingly. So, to make the communication effective, there are 7 C's which plays a very important role to make the information, to make the communication effective and powerful, and which helps or leads the employees to engage and boost their productivity. So here are the 7 C's of communication. They are: number 1, clarity; number 2, correctness; number 3, conciseness; 4 is courtesy; 5th is concreteness; 6 is consideration; and the 7th and final one is completeness. So we will discuss about each of these 7 elements or 7 C's of communication one by one. First is clarity. Clarity means when you send the message very clearly in simple and understanding way, and when it avoids the ambiguity and confusion. This means the specific message has been sent instead of so many messages at a particular point of time, so that we can say that clarity has many features. So what are those features? First one is clear understanding. This is the first feature of clarity. Second one is clarity of thought and ideas. To make the information clear and understandable, there must be clarity of thoughts and ideas. Third thing is use of simple, appropriate and precise words. When there are simple and precise words, appropriate words, then it will enhance the clarity of communication and it will avoid the confusion and ambiguity of the message. Second point is, or second C of communication is, second element or second C of communication is correctness. Use of correct language, grammar, data, etc. is very important to communicate the message clearly. So for that, there are certain features of correctness. First thing is timely and exact and correct message. Second thing is it's a confidence booster. Third is greater impact on the audience. This is the definition of correctness. Third thing is conciseness. This is the third C of communication, which plays a very important role. Conciseness means the using minimum words or appropriate words which are to the point. When we are not talking about the unnecessary things in the message, this is called the conciseness. When we are concerned about sending the clear and concrete message to the receiver, this is called the conciseness of the message. Conciseness means it's a time saving. It avoids excessive uses of unnecessary words. It's about short and limited, and it is appealing and comprehensible. And the most important feature of conciseness of the message or the communication is non-repeatable. When we repeat the message, we repeat the sentence, we repeat the word again and again in our communication, then it becomes monotonous. So we need to avoid repetition in our communication. Repetition of the same word, repetition of the same sentence, repetition of the same event is really very monotonous. So we need to be very concise. How we will be concise? Using minimum and appropriate words. Fourth thing is courtesy. What is courtesy? This is one of the important C's of communication, and it shows the respect, politeness, judicious behavior to the other party, in turn creating goodwill. It has the following features. What are those features? The features of this are consideration of the feeling of the audience. When we will consider the feeling of the audience, then we will be more conscious towards clarity of the message, towards the correctness of the message, towards the conciseness of the message. So consideration of the feelings of the audience is the first feature of courtesy. Second one is being positive and focused. When we are positive and focused, we avoid misunderstanding and we avoid ambiguity in the communication. Another thing is unbiased. Being unbiased means being transparent, right? When we are transparent, we use the correct words, then this is the way to show our courtesy towards the audience or towards the receiver who is receiving our information in the process of communication. Next C of communication is concreteness. As the term suggests itself, is specific, meaningful, and clear, which is deprived of all the confusions and ambiguity. So, the communication which avoids ambiguity and double meaning of the message should be avoided. So, this is about concreteness of the communication. So, there are certain features of to get to know about the concreteness of the 7 C's of communication. First feature of concreteness is supports. It supports what? It supports facts and figures. Second thing is it's clear and precise. Third is it avoids misinterpretation. Right? So, concreteness means it always avoids misinterpretation. Consideration. Consideration is the sixth very important C of the 7 C's of communication. This implies that the audience is taken into consideration in terms of his or her viewpoint, culture, what is the mindset of the audience, what are the values they believe in. So, the communicator has to take in mind, has to consider all these points like the culture of the audience, mindset, values, or belief system of the audience. So there are certain features of consideration of the 7 C's of communication. First one is it stresses on you approach. Instead of me approach, it must use you approach. Another thing is empathy. Empathy is one of the most important thing. Next is optimistic. Why it is optimistic? Because when one is optimistic, then he never lose the hope. He always tries. The last C of communication is completeness. It shows the message which is being delivered must be complete. As incomplete communication or incomplete information leads to confusion, misunderstanding, and ambiguity, which need to be avoided at any cost. It should be delivered all the facts, information required to send the message to the receiver. So, what are the features of completeness? The first feature is it builds reputation of the organization. Next is a cost saving. When we send the message completely, then obviously it will save the cost, because when we will send the message again and again, it will use the resources, tools, and techniques. So this is the waste of money, time. So this is cost saving. Removes the barriers of vague information, and at final it helps in better decision making. When the information is complete, then it is easy to take the decision. Completeness of the message helps to take the decision. So these are the 7 C's of communication. Once again, we will repeat them. What is communication? Communication is the exchange of the information from receiver to sender, from sender to, and in the form of feedback from receiver to the sender. So the communication can be one way and two way. Here we are talking about the 7 C's. What are the 7 C's of communication, or what are the 7 elements of effective communication. That those 7 C's or elements of communication are clarity, correctness, conciseness, courtesy, concreteness, consideration, and completeness. These are the 7 C's of communication, right?